Hi and welcome to part 4 of our video series Get Started with AlphaSwarm. AlphaSwarm is a starter kit for building LLM-powered AI agent swarms, and today I show you how to deploy AlphaSwarm on the cloud. In this example, we're going to use DigitalOcean and their droplets, but you can use any cloud provider that provides Linux boxes to follow with this tutorial. After you sign in or sign up to DigitalOcean, you see essentially a page like that where you can create your new box. They call it droplets. You pick the region that's closest to you. Here I use Linux CentOS, and I use a very basic regular CPU. Something like that is definitely sufficient to get started with AlphaSwarm. Once you put in here your SSH key, which I can recommend, or use a password, and give the project a name and maybe attach a tag like tutorial, you can basically create your droplet. Once that is done, it takes a few minutes, but then you will see your droplet being live here. And all you need now is this IP address. And you can go to any terminal or IDE that you use. And together with this IP address, the root user that we use here for demo purposes, in real life production, you definitely don't want to use root. But here, for simplicity's sake, we use root as user. You can go and connect now, together with your SSH key you just created, to your new box. And at the moment, you see there, like I already installed AlphaSwarm, but you see there's nothing here. To install AlphaSwarm, you can simply do a git clone that I've showed you in earlier videos, or if you look at that script here as well that I put on the screen, you see it part of the bash script. It's also installed here. And once you've done that, you also get the AlphaSwarm right here. I created that bash script for you to get started, and it will be made available shortly. But here I put it on the screen, the following steps you have to do. You basically just have to do a yum update and install a couple of dependencies. And then in the previous video I showed you how to use PyEnv, the Python management tool, to get the Python version you would like to use. And here I put 3.12.0. That will take a few minutes, so don't be discouraged. It will take a few minutes to install. And also from a previous video, you'll know that we use Poetry to install dependencies for Python for the project. And so that's installed via these commands. And once this is up and running, you have AlphaSwarm, the repo, cloned on your system. You have Poetry installed. And if you then navigate to AlphaSwarm repo in your terminal on your machine, and you do a simple Poetry run Python example, whichever one you pick, and you updated your env file with your variables, such as the OpenAPI key or the Anthropic API key, the RPC configuration, the Alchemy key, cookie.fun if you have an API key, you can run it without, the Telegram integration if you need it. Once all this is complete, you can basically just run it on the cloud now. You have a couple of messages showing up again because we haven't installed all the dependencies. They're not strictly necessary. But when that's running, you see we have an example that we just used. We have the question, what's the current price of AXPD in USDC? And it starts to run through that, our agent, and gives you the answer. This concludes our demo how to run AlphaSwarm on any cloud provider. If you have any questions, please reach out to us in our Discord channel, and I'm happy to help you there.